All right, hello YouTube. Hello, hi Facebook. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing on this early morning? Okay, so there is the Cash App on YouTube. Okay. Excuse me, Jazzy. Sorry, guys. Let me put the Cash App on Facebook here. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I do not see the star comment that's usually pinned at the bottom when I come on. It's automatically pinned. I do not see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin the Cash App, and it will pin, but I'm not going to see it because when the star comment is not automatically pinned up there, that's when my Facebook is acting up. It will record the live, but it will act up. So because I can't see the star comment pinned, y'all probably can see it and read it in the comments once I pin the Cash App. All right, Cash App is pinned. I can't see it being pinned, but and I'm going to put the Amazon wish list. Let me try that again. Which is pasting something totally different. Hold on, guys. Hold on, Jazzy. My puppy is kind of not a happy camper because I promised people that I would save them, but I have not been keeping my word. I'm going to do everything I can to stop it. Because I put the dishwasher down so she can't get out the kitchen because my husband went to go. There's the Amazon wish list. Okay, so my husband went to walk our oldest dog, and yeah, I don't want her roaming that because she's still a little puppy. So once my husband gets back, I will have him bring up the live on his phone and check for comments because usually I don't see comments when this happens. So just give me a minute to respond. Let my husband come back, and then I'll get him to bring it up, and I'll look at the comments on there. Okay? This happens every once in a while, and I don't know why. And sometimes it'll happen for one or two lives, and then, Okay. So, say hi if you come on. Say hi. Comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay so I can see how many people watch it after I post it. All right? Now, I don't expect a whole lot of people on here because it's early in the morning. It's 8:30 or 8:39 now, but it will be, well, it's probably 9:39 for some people. And some people, it's still only 7:40. And some people, it's still 6:40 if you're all the way over by California and over there. It's still 6:40. So, yeah, it could be early. All right? But if you're awake and can join, please do so. I tried to make the post. I made the post yesterday letting you know that why I couldn't come on live and that I was coming on live today. Okay? Hey, Jazzy, stop. So she's supposed to be eating her food, but she didn't eat it all. Here, eat your food. Here, eat it. But this is called Crockpot smothered chicken legs. Crockpot smothered chicken legs. Now you can use other things besides legs. You can use thighs or whatever you want. Okay? They use about 8 chicken legs, so I'm using 8 chicken legs because that's good. We usually have about 2 chicken legs on our plate, so that's 4, and then we'll have 4 left over, 2 and 2. So that's good. Back up. So that's good. And then I'm going to make some homemade mashed potatoes. So I'm going to do it for 6 hours on low. I could have done it on 4 hours for high, but it's more like fall off the bone if you do it for 6 hours. So I'm going to do it for 6 hours. That's why it's so early. Yesterday when I woke up, it was like 8:30 or it was way after. And it was too late for me. So I was like, oh no. And I had already forgotten to plug in my computer and iPad the night before. So they weren't, charged enough for this. So that's why. But here I am. So I will come back around 2:30 or 3. I said 3 on the post, but it'll be closer to 3. But somewhere around 2:15, I'm going to start cutting potatoes and cooking them. Because when I come on live, the only thing I want to have to do left is maybe mash the potatoes. Okay? And then I'm going to make a vegetable. Haven't had corn in a while, so maybe it might be corn. Okay? All right. So this was partially thawed yesterday morning. So I let it thaw just a little bit longer, and then I put it in the refrigerator the rest of the day and night. So take that out. Oh. Okay. Now, first thing that we are going to do, she's not happy. As soon as you get him on, then you get her, and then you can take her. And can you please, if you don't mind, bring up this live, and can I see your phone? Because I don't see the star comment, the pin comments again. So it's messing up, so I want to check for comments. Not like that one time when I saw nobody's comments and hold on guys, wait a minute. Let me scroll over where I don't see the comments. Scroll back over. Let's see if it refreshes. It did last time. Oh, there we go. There we go. It refreshed. It's still I'm surprised you didn't tell me. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay, I unpinned it and then I pinned it again. I see the star comment, but it's not pinned because the Cash App is pinned, but I can't see it pinned. But I can see the star comment, so can you please at least turn it on? Let me know if I get some comments. Go with Daddy and let's hurry this up. All right. Ooh. Okay, guys. I'm just, hold on, guys. Just picking up some food. Because sometimes sometimes the puppy will eat better if I dump some of it on the floor. She didn't eat it all, so she'll probably come back later and eat it. Okay. So, first thing you want to do is you want a pack of brown gravy. Okay, 1 pack. 1 pack of brown gravy. Okay? So, I've got a Crockpot liner in here. So I hope it's not too hard to stir it with the Crockpot liner. Okay? Okay. So, dump the 1 pack of brown gravy in there. Okay? And we are going to do 1 cup of water. Just like when you do it in the pan, it's 1 cup of water. Okay? So 1 cup of water, 1 pack of brown gravy, and 1 cup of water into the crock pot. Take a spoon or whatever you want. I'm using a whisk, it's easier. And I'm going to whisk it and get all that powder, the gravy powder, mixed into the water. Okay? Like you would if it's in the pan. Okay, get it all mixed in there. Okay? Get that all mixed in there. Yeah, it's not too hard with the plastic in here. I thought it would be, no. Okay? Get all around the edges. Get it all. Alrighty, so that's good. Now we're going to put the chicken legs in and then season it. But if you want to season it before, hold on, guys. I was just taking it out so I could put my measuring cup in there to dry. But if you would like to season your chicken, you know, like on a plate or somewhere, season the front and back and all that. First, you can. Okay? You can do that, most certainly. Okay? But you can put it in there and just season the top. You know, it's all up to you. Okay? All right, it's all up to you. Are you on?
Yeah.
As soon as you get on, please say hi. I'm telling my husband so I can check to see if your comment pops up. Okay? Let me know when you say hi so I can look for it.
Just did.
You did? Okay. So I'm waiting a second to see if my husband's comment hi shows up. Yes, it was a little delayed, but it said you're watching and then it said hi. Okay, so it did say hi. So I just making sure I don't want, like that one time when I missed all of y'all comments. Okay, so I've got my phone plugged in because I forgot to charge it last night, so I just went to sleep and it's very low. It won't make it through this live, I don't think. So it's plugged in. Okay, let me do this and then. Okay. Now, if you want to put them in here opposite ways like this, you know, like this, sometimes they might fit better if you put them in opposite ways. Okay? But just get them in there. Okay? I'm going to take this whole plate. Yeah, I had it on a plate because the Ziploc baggie was kind of wet. I didn't want that in my refrigerator. Which my refrigerator, once it gets a little low in food, I need to empty it, or sometimes empty it and clean it out. Okay, let's get one more in here. Okay, there we go. Yes, so we each can have 2, and then we'll have 4 left, 2 left over. All right, so let me rinse the plate, and then when I'm done with this live, I got a few dishes I got to wash from yesterday. I got to empty the dishwasher first with the clean dishes, but I'm washing my hands right now when we're touching the chicken, and then I'm going to put all that seasoning on it. And I'll tell you guys what the seasonings are. Now, the seasonings as is, okay? There's no measurement. So you put what you like, how much of each seasoning you like. Now, the seasonings that I'm going to put on there is kind of what she put on there. But you can put your own seasoning. You can put whatever you want, okay? This is the kind of thing where you can season it to your liking, okay? Okay. So, now, of course, we're going to start out with the basic salt and pepper. Okay? Basic salt and pepper. Okay, basic salt and pepper. Okay. If you want some on the other side of the chicken, no matter what chicken piece you use, you can always season both sides before you put it in here. Or season one side and put that side down. And then do the other side. You can probably hear the dogs in the background. They're over there playing and fighting. Okay, so there's the salt and pepper I put on there. Okay. Now I'm going to use garlic powder and onion powder. Those are my favorite ones to use too. So this is garlic powder. We're going to put a little bit of garlic powder on the chicken. Okay. All right. Onion powder. Okay. Now we're going to do some Italian seasoning. Well, first I'm going to do some. Well, maybe I shouldn't have put the salt, but anyways, this is seasoned salt. It called one recipe a while back called for seasoned salt, and I didn't have any. It's mostly salt and because seasoned, but she had in the video it looked like she was using in this seasoning all. Okay, a mixture of this is I forgot what it was, but I'm just gonna put a pinch of it. Just a pinch of it on. Let me get on all this chicken. That's it. Just a pinch. Okay, that's seasoned salt. Okay, I will put a little bit of the seasoning oil, mixture of a whole bunch of different seasonings. You don't have to. I wasn't going to, but now I did. Okay, seasoning oil. Now, if you choose to use lemon pepper, then you probably don't have to put regular pepper, just salt, because lemon pepper has a lot of pepper, so you don't need to. So now I'm gonna put Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning. Okay? Okay, Italian seasoning. Then we're gonna do paprika. You can use smoked paprika or regular. I'm using regular. Try to finish up this. Okay, I finished up paprika. I have another one. I just wanted to finish up the other one. Okay. Open this now. I knew it wasn't going to be enough to cover it all, but. Okay. So there's the paprika, and that's it. Okay. That's it. Let's put this away. This is going to probably be a very short live because there's not much you got to do. All you have to do is put in, the gravy, the brown gravy packet mix with 1 cup of water. Take your whisk, stir it up, get it all good in there. A whisk will blend in the powder better than a spoon or anything will. Okay? Then, put the chicken legs or chicken thighs, whatever you have. Now, if you have chicken breasts, you might not if they're thick, you might not want to put 8 of them. But, I don't know if they would fit. I think you can cook them stacked, but you don't want to stack them right on top of each other, like kind of. But if you have to stack them, like stack one on partial of one and partial of another, you know what I'm saying? Like only stack it like this, and then the other half will be stacked on the other one. But if they're super thick, you could cut them in half and make them thinner. That's an option too. But this is best with chicken legs or chicken thighs since they're smaller. But I like chicken legs, and I don't use chicken legs that often. So, and I had 4 chicken thighs, so I could have used 4 chicken thighs and 4 chicken legs. But because from another recipe I used some thighs, so I had some left over. But yeah. So, and then season your chicken the way I seasoned it or your own way. Now, once again, I use salt and pepper. Then I use the seasoning oil. Seasoning oil, and you can put it in any order you want. And onion powder, garlic powder, and then some Italian seasoning, and then some paprika. Now, you can use smoked paprika, like I said. And you can use any other seasoning you want. Now, I used a tiny bit of seasoned salt as well. This is seasoned salt. It's called seasoned salt and seasoning oil. But if you want, If you want to use seasoned salt, I recommend, which I didn't think of it before, and next time I'll do it. Don't use too much regular salt. When you use salt anyways, don't use too much because there's plenty of salt in the brown gravy. But don't use too much regular salt if you're going to use seasoned salt. Because seasoned salt is different than seasoned all. Seasoned all has a mixture of different seasonings, which I don't know which ones. You look in the ingredients. But seasoned salt is mostly salt, and you're seasoning it with other seasonings, but it's mostly salt. I think it might have been kosher salt, I think. I don't know. I can't remember, but yeah, this is seasoned salt. I just put a pinch of it. I don't put much of it. So if you want to do the seasoned all, it's from the seasoned all is Morton's. You know, the Morton salt. So like that. Next time I'm going to try this. It's called Table Blend. It has a bunch of different. It's salt free. It's Mrs. Dash. I love Mrs. Dash, and it has different kind of. Mrs. Dash is all seasoned, salt free. Okay. So, and you know, like I said, if you want to season both sides of the chicken leg, you can do it before you put it in there and then lay it in there. You know, season both sides, or you can season one side, put that side down, and then while it's in the crockpot, season the top side. You can do that. Okay? Or you can lift it up and turn it around and, you know, but I prefer not. Once I lay it in there, I want it to stay in there. Okay? All right. So, now you can cook it on high for 4 hours, or low on 6 hours. Okay? They would say sometimes with chicken breasts and stuff, you want to do 6 to 8 hours if you're doing it on low. And high would be like 4 to 6, somewhere around there. But she said if you do it on low for 6 hours, you get more of a fall off the bone. So we're going to do the 6 hours. Plus, I like the smell. You know, I set my alarm so I get up in time, made sure I walked my puppy and put her food down. That's why I had her in the kitchen, blocked in the kitchen, because my husband had to walk our other dog. You know, I don't know how you guys do it. Putting the lid on, I'm going to turn this on. Then I'm going to finish talking what I'm saying, and then I'll end the video. Okay, so we're going to turn this on. We're going to turn it on. Oh, it's on. We're going to put it on low, and I'll go up to 6 hours, okay? That'll be about 3 o'clock. Or 2:58 exactly, okay? So around 2 o'clock, I'll start cutting potatoes and making the mashed potatoes. It won't be on when I come on live. I'll probably be mashing the potatoes. I'll come on live when I mash potatoes. So if potatoes are done before 3 o'clock, like let's say 2:45, they're done. Then I'll come on live at 2:45, whatever. Okay? And mash the potatoes so I can talk a few minutes, okay? And make the vegetables, okay? Now, sometimes when I make a meat, I'll just make a side dish that's in a box or, you know, the Knorr side or something. I won't make something like totally homemade. But when I saw this recipe, my brain wanted mashed potatoes, so, and homemade too. So I don't like at work, but I love how it ends up so. When my oldest daughter, when she used to come over, I was having like one day, we were making, I think it was fried chicken. She called me and she said something she was asking about what we were having for dinner or something. And I told her, and I said, I'm just going to cut the potatoes up. I said, if you would like the potatoes peeled, come over a little earlier and peel the potatoes. Because I'm not peeling them. Because she don't like the peels on the potatoes. Neither did my younger daughter. Well, not the youngest daughter, but my third one. She was the youngest, but anyway. So she did come over that day, and you know, I still have that video. But she did peel the potatoes. But when we lived in that apartment, and she would come over for dinner, I missed that time because she was always over there, and sometimes she would come and help me in the kitchen. Um, but I'd always have like tortilla chips and like the queso dip or some salsa because she loved eating those while she was waiting for me to make dinner. Always. So it was a fun time. When sometimes she would come in and help me. Not always, but sometimes she would. Like one time she came in there to help me when we decided we were going to try some Mexican rice. She was going to find a recipe. So, yeah, but it is what it is. And sometimes my son would help me when he was living with me. I mean, he's down here, as I said before, but he's living with his friend, the other guy that was staying with me too. Which it is his apartment because he did apply for it before he left the last time. And his name is on the lease, so but if he was coming down here and he had to stay here, I'm done with him going back and forth. I told him he needs to make up his mind because, he needs to get it. My kids are, getting to be 23, 24, 20. It's time for them to get their life right and stop making indecisive decisions. Just like me. I mean, I want them to do better than me because I can't say nothing much. I made indecisive, wrong decisions all the way up in my 40s. I just made one when I moved to West Virginia a few years ago. So I can't say nothing, but I'm trying to help them do better. But anyway, if my son would have come up here and needed to live here, I wasn't going to turn him away. Of course not. That's my son. I'm not going to turn him away. Because at least when he's here, he does, look for a job. And once he gets a job, he does give me, a little bit. Like I would ask for like $150 every paycheck. Every 2 weeks. Now, if he was getting paid weekly, I'd probably take $75 weekly. Yeah. A little more if he would have had a full-blown room because the second room he was sleeping in before he left the last time, it wasn't actually made to be a room because this is only a one-bedroom, but they said we can consider it as a room. You want this, Brownie? It looked like she was trying to come eat, and the dishwasher was in the way. I'll move it. But yeah. So it doesn't have a door on it. It does have a little closet. Come on. It does have a little closet on it. And it has a tall window. I mean, it's not real wide. It's more like a long rectangle. But so he was laying in there with a blow-up mattress he bought. And he had a small TV in there, like a 30-some inch on the floor, He's still got that 30-some inch TV. I mean, he couldn't take it with him. So his friend, when he moved out of here with us, he took it with him. I guess it was on the floor. I don't know. But now it's on a coffee table kind of TV stand thingy that my son's dad, because they drove down here, brought with him. And he brought a mattress and a box spring that he had. So my son has a bed, and they had that for the TV stand. So now the TV's up off the floor. Yeah, and they got a couch. We gave them a couch. Well, we got a couch from someone, and we used that for a little while. And then we got his mom's couch, which had 2 recliners and then 1 seat in the middle. But the one recliner doesn't work, so we just use this one. And we already had a futon, so we got 2 couches. And the third couch, we had moved into the other, well, I'll just say second room, which it's not. And then we gave it to my son's friend, over there. So they got a couch. We put it over there. And we gave them a table. We had a table we bought for like $80 from somebody. But it wasn't what we thought it was going to be. So we were trying to sell it. to get our money back, or at least part of our money back, but nobody bought it, so we just gave it to him. I mean, when I say my son's friend, he's like family because he was at our house all the time, like 75% of the time when they were kids. Not too much in elementary because my son had just met him in elementary, but like in middle school, he was always over at the house. So that was basically, my son had a few friends, but that was the only friend that he really hung out with. But so yeah. But yeah, and they can walk here if they wanted to. It's probably about a mile or less, but they could walk here if they wanted to. But the other guy, he come over every week or two, do laundry, and then when my son came, the day he got here, which was a surprise because he told me, I found out by accident that he was coming down here, and then he told me that he changed his mind. They're going to wait till the end of the month to come, and he was going to work a few more weeks at his job so he could get a little bit more money. But like last Tuesday or the Tuesday before, I can't remember, he just popped in here. I was like, huh? So, and my son like had a load of laundry to do. She's just standing there. What? Oh. Who came on here?
Elizabeth.
Huh? Elizabeth Nye? Hi, Elizabeth. It didn't show up on here. I'm sorry, Elizabeth Nye. I hope you're still on here. How are you doing? There it goes. It was delayed. Hey, how are you doing? How is your morning going? Sorry, it's delayed. The comments, they will come, but they're like a few minutes behind. So just give me some time, guys, if you come on here, because the comments were delayed. Because my husband was like trying to tell me that I had a comment, and I said, who is it? He said, Elizabeth. And I said, Elizabeth Nye? He said, yes. So then, after I said hi to you, then the comment popped up. So how are you doing today, girl? Okay, I'm making Crockpot smothered chicken. Okay, see, here's the Crockpot. Okay, it's on low for 6 hours. Okay, you can do it high on 4 hours, but it's low 6 hours, so it could be fall off the bone. Okay, and I'll just do a quick repeat one more time. Okay, I used 8 chicken legs. Now you can use chicken thighs, chicken breasts, and if they're thick chicken breasts, you can cut them in half, like butterfly them and cut them apart and have not so thick so they can cook better. Even though 6 to 8 hours will cook some thick chicken breasts, but I don't think you could fit 8 chicken breasts in there, and they're big. So if you got real big chicken breasts, you probably could split it in half per person, for 2 people. But anyways, I would probably do like 4 if I was doing big chicken breasts. 1 for me and 1 for my husband, and then there'll be 2 left over for leftovers. But I put a pack of brown gravy at the bottom of the crock pot, a cup of water like you would in the pan if you're doing powdered gravy, and take a whisk, mix it until the powder's all mixed into the water, and then put your chicken legs or chicken thighs or whatever you got in there, and then season them. I season them with salt and pepper. I use a little bit of seasoned salt. That means salt that's more seasoned with salt than it is anything else. But I didn't have any one time when I needed to make a recipe, so I looked it up and made my own. See? I had all the stuff that goes in here. But I just put a little pinch. I use seasoning all, Morton season all. Okay? That's what it looked like they were using in the video. But she said seasoned salt, so it don't matter. But if you use the seasoned salt, you might not want to use too much regular salt, because at the beginning you want to put some salt and pepper. You want to use some salt and pepper. But somebody else?
Shannon.
Okay, the comments are a little behind. I'll get it. But so if you're going to use the seasoned salt, don't use too much regular salt, because there's a lot of salt in the seasoned salt. It's called seasoned salt, mostly seasoned with salt. So you won't need to season with too much salt, but pepper. And if you're going to use lemon pepper, don't use any pepper because there's a lot of pepper in the lemon pepper. But I use Morton's seasonal. I use onion and garlic powder. I use paprika. You can use smoked paprika if you want, but I just use regular paprika. And I use what else? An Italian seasoning. But I put the paprika on last, so those are the seasonings I used. You just sprinkle it on as much as you want. The video said seasoning good, but but if you want to use other seasonings or some of those and some of your own, whatever you like, okay? You can season the front and back before you put it in, or you can just season one side, put it in, and then season the top, whatever you like to do. Okay, I just put it in and season the top. Okay, hi Shannon, how are you doing? Sorry, my husband said you commented, but your comment has not come up yet. Let me see. I'm doing okay. There's a lot of things about it that make you believe he's impossible to beat. That's good. I'm glad you're doing better. Hope you keep doing better. Yeah, it's not fun to be throwing up. No. You're on your way home from where, Shannon? Where did you go? Was it the doctor's or somewhere? Sorry, guys. When my husband tells me someone comes on, I waited for your comment, Shannon, but it wasn't coming up, so I scrolled to the right, which makes all your comments disappear, and I scrolled back to the left, which makes them come back, and then your comment appeared. So if my husband says somebody commented, I'll scroll to the left, scroll to the right, and then scroll back to the left, and it kind of refreshes it and brings your comment up. Because I stood here and waited for your comment. I was like, oh, it's behind us a little bit. But your comment still wasn't coming up, Shannon. When I refreshed it, that's when your comment came up, Elizabeth. But I don't understand what's going on. Why it's doing this. Because when I refreshed it before anybody commented, my star comment came up in the comments. But my pinned Cash App, you can see the Cash App is pinned, right? Yeah, my husband can see the pinned Cash App, so you guys probably can too. But I can't. I can't see the Cash App being pinned. I do see the star comment in the comments. When I refreshed, it popped up in the comments because I had already pinned the Cash App, but I can't see the Cash App pinned. It's there, and you guys can see it, but I can't. I don't know why this is happening, and this happens every once in a while. Like, it happened a couple weeks ago. 2 lives in a row. So it could probably happen with my regular live one if I do one on my other page. I don't know if it will or not, but I don't know why it happens on occasion, but it happened a few weeks ago, like, not last week, I think the week before. It happened 2 lives in a row on a Monday and a Thursday, or it was a Thursday and a Monday. I don't remember, but it happened. I think it was a Monday and a Thursday, because last Monday I don't think I did my live because everything got messed up on Monday, so I just chose, because that recipe was, I really wasn't sure if I really wanted to do it, so I just skipped it and went Thursday. But this week, some things, I woke up too late and I knew I had to do Crockpot. And so I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow, Tuesday. And I even set my alarm to be up on time so I can get everything set on the counter. Make sure my puppy was walked outside and fed. Did she come in here and finish eating? Huh? Where's her food? Huh?
Food.
Jazzy, my dog had food, like half the bowl left, and it's gone. Brownie, did you eat your food or did you eat Jazzy's? She had a bunch of food still left in her bowl. Yeah, my puppy had a bunch of food left in her bowl and it's gone. My dog came in here and was eating. I saw her eating out of her bowl. I hope she didn't eat Jazzy's food. She's not gonna die. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know, the puppy's food has more extra stuff in there for their growing body. So if your regular dog eats it, it's just too much and it'll make them too fat. Just like if the puppy eats the adult food, they won't get enough nutrients, what they need, so they won't grow as well. So, you know. So, yeah. Okay, could y'all please share my live? Please go ahead and share, babe. Shannon, Elizabeth, if you don't mind, could you share my live? Share. And I'm going to go back. I always forget on YouTube, but I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to edit the title and I'm going to put part 1 because I'll be back around 2:45 to 3. At 2 o'clock, I'm going to start making my mashed potatoes. I'm going to cut them up and all that. And I'm going to cook my potatoes and I'll come on. When I'm ready to mash my potatoes, I'll come on and talk to you guys while I'm mashing my potatoes. And then I'll make the vegetable. And while I'm mashing my potatoes, I'll cook the vegetable. And then show you what the final product looks like. Okay? Because I'll take a picture of the chicken when it's done in the crock pot. And then I'll take a picture of the whole plate like I have it set up with the mashed potatoes. And I think I have gravy. Let me see. I'll have to see if I have any more gravy packets because I don't have any more. I don't have any jarred or stuff because I usually buy jarred stuff when I'm going to start buying jarred gravy or canned gravy because I just prefer to pop it in a container and heat it in the microwave instead of sitting there and stirring with the whisk for the powder. Because you can buy I buy the big containers of taco seasoning and ranch powder. You could do that with the gravy powder, but I prefer not. That means I would have to see how much powder is in one packet, just like the ranch and the taco seasoning. It's 3 tablespoons per packet. But I don't want to do it. So I know it's a little more, but I just prefer to do it the quick and easy way. I'm not good at making homemade gravy either. I'm going to try it one day. I'm going to get a good recipe for homemade gravy. Or I'm going to post make a post. Does anybody have a good gravy recipe? And they can post it in the comments or send it to me on Messenger. I got my friend Sean. Friend of mine named Sean. He's a really good cook. He can cook good. I'm going to ask him if he knows of a gravy recipe. So, I just wonder if all I have it, because I do have some packets, I just don't remember. If it's only pork, then I'll use that only if the liquid at the bottom with the brown gravy packet, if it's not enough. Like, if I need extra. Because that's only one packet. One packet usually makes, I think, 2 cups of gravy. But I don't know, cooking in here, the liquid may double. I don't know. But we'll see. But yeah, the packets I still have, I said I was going to use them until they're gone and then start buying, the jar or the can when I need it. But when I bought the packet of brown gravy, I didn't think of looking for a jar or a can just in case I needed extra. And if I didn't need it, then I could just leave it there for the next time. But I didn't think of that, so it's okay. Sometimes I don't even make gravy with our mashed potatoes. Because I forget sometimes. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead, since I'm rambling on, All right, Shannon, if you can hear me at least, when you get home, since I probably, by the time you get home, because I don't know how close you are to home, by the time you get home, I probably won't be on here. So just comment below. Where were you on your way home from? Any more comments before I get off of here, babe? No new comments? Okay, I'm just checking, guys. I just wanted to make sure there were no new comments. Okay? So, I hope you guys Facebook is weird. There was. Elizabeth Nye did make another comment. But yeah, Facebook is weird, Elizabeth. I don't understand. I don't know if it's me or them. I don't think so. I don't know. But every so often that happens. If I turn on my live and I do not see, the star comment, because the star comment, usually you make up a star comment and it's pinned at the bottom automatically every time. So people can see that you can get stars. And if you'd like to send me stars, guys, that would be greatly appreciated. But it goes towards all my content. Anything I do for content, anything I need for content, I'm trying to buy something from Amazon. I got to go on Amazon and look for it and put it in my wish list. But it goes on the counter so you guys can see my food better. Another friend of mine, and I've got to ask her again how she looked it up on Amazon to find it. So you can see my food better. Instead of just seeing my back when I'm stirring. And that'll be for my iPad. The computer for the YouTube will still be the same. But I'll use it to get that when I get enough, or put it towards food so I can do live. If I was getting regular money or a lot of stars, enough where I can buy food, I can do it 3 times a week, then I would. It would be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means Monday and Friday, it would be like afternoon time cooking if I'm not doing a Crockpot, because my husband works. But Wednesdays, I'd be doing it in the evening since he doesn't work. But yeah, it's something like that. Or I'd figure out the days. Or I would stick with my Wednesday and Thursday, and then maybe do a Saturday or a Sunday. Like, that's my puppy in the background. But I'd probably, if I cooked on Thursday, I'd see how much leftovers we got. If we got enough to go for 2 days, then the leftovers would be for Friday and Saturday, then I'd cook Sunday. But then I'm cooking again on Monday. So I don't know if I'd want to do that. So I could do Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Something like that. But this next week, no, this week. It's either this week or next week. I can't remember. We're going to do 2. I usually go from chicken to ground beef, or at least chicken to beef. I take turns. But either this week, I think it is, or next week, I got to look at my recipes. I'm doing 2 chickens in a row. I don't know why. I wrote a chicken recipe down after I had already had 1 written down. So I wrote 2 back to back. But it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, chicken is good anyways. So, yeah. Facebook is weird. It does some weird things. There was something else weird that Facebook did recently, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, you know how? Well, I don't know. It probably doesn't give you these notifications if you're not a content creator, but it gives me notifications of it'll have. How do I explain this? It'll give me a notification that how I'm interacting with certain people. Okay? And when I click on that notification, Like there was this lady and her daughter that I watch a lot and talk with. When it says check your interactions or however it says it with that person, another person's profile picture will come up, if you know what I mean. Like I had this guy named Russ Lee. He does recipes. His profile picture was coming up a lot when I was looking at when the notification said interactions with somebody else. His profile picture would come up, and I did that for days. Then the other lady I said I interact with and her daughter, well, she has an 8-year-old daughter. Her profile picture would come up when it said interactions with somebody else besides her. If you understand what I'm saying. Because when it says check your interactions with this person, somebody else's profile picture would come up next to mine. And it would do that for days, and then it switched to somebody else's and do that. And I don't understand why, and it's still doing it. That's what it was. Just like this. So Thursday, when I cook again, it may do it again, it may not. Because last time I did it for two lives in a row. 2 lives I did, and then it was okay. So for about a week or so, and then doing it again. So we'll see. If I notice it's gonna happen when I turn on the live, if the star comment does not come up pinned at the bottom like it usually is, then I know I'm gonna have a problem. And I'll definitely make sure my husband's, because one day he just gave me the phone, but this time he's just letting me know there's a comment. Sometimes when I scroll to the right and disappear the comments and bring it back, sometimes it refreshes and a new comment comes up. But because I asked him if I had any new comments, he said no. But when I refreshed it, your last comment came up, Elizabeth. I guess he was looking for a new name. But yeah, Facebook is really weird, and I don't understand why this is happening. Hopefully it fixes itself by next live, because last time he did it for 2 lives, like I said, in a row. So I don't know. And yes, I did not get dressed yet. I'm in my pajamas. Every once in a while you might see me in my pajamas. Not often. But I did put my bra on. But look, it's new pajamas. I got this from Sam's Club. The clothing section. It says a perfect day outside. So I'm thinking these are pajamas. They're thin and they're Winnie the Pooh. The shorts have Winnie the Pooh, bees on there. Winnie the Pooh and bees. But yeah, this is the shirt. Winnie the Pooh with Piglet. See? I love Winnie the Pooh. This was done before my daughter was born. So this was done 20-some years ago. And then few years ago, or 5 years, I don't remember. It was redone because it was really faded. It was redone a little better. See the blue right here in the background behind Pooh? That was added on. I showed them and I wanted them to just go, but they added that. That looks good, and so yeah, they redid. It was redone. So. And dolphins. I'm in love with dolphins. My shower curtain is a dolphin. My the rug and the bathroom rug thing is a dolphin. I have a dolphin comforter. It's really old. It's got a couple of holes in it from my main dog, and then just recently my puppy chewed at that hole and made it a little bit bigger. Not a lot, but a little bit. So we got to be careful. But that was a big comforter. I think that comforter might have been almost $100 on Finger. It's called Finger Hut. It's a place you can shop for jewelry, clothes, kitchen stuff, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, and I've got it's not a comforter. It's just like a blanket you use on the couch. I got that. That's really nice. It's I use that to cover up on the couch when I'm laying there watching TV and I want to just put a little blanket over me. Yeah. So I love my dolphins. And lately I've been into Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. I don't know why, but I've got a couple of shirts from Stitch. What else? I forgot if I have anything else, but I do got like 2 shirts I had recently bought. I think I had the other one on the other day. It said the Stitch thing is really thick on the shirt, and it says "Not today," and he's like plopped down, like, no, not today. Perfect shirt to wear when I just can't do the day. Yeah. But yeah, I found them at those 2 Stitch shirts. I found at Rue 21, RUE 21. I love that store. That's my favorite store to shop in. I don't get to go there that often, but I love that store, and it was buy one get one half off. So I think the shirt was like $10, $10 or $15, and then the other shirt was half off. So yeah. So we were in the mall one day. We had a little bit of money just one time. So we bought a couple of things, not much. We had lunch at the mall. And I went in this store called Rue 21. My husband said, I got to go to the bathroom. So he went by the food court because that's where the bathroom is. And I went in Rue 21 and I just wanted to look, but I saw those 2 shirts. I knew it. But but I got at Sam's, not last week when I shopped at the end of the week. Because I only got to go to my grocery store, HEB. I didn't get to go to Sam's. It would have been nice because I needed another snack. I'm almost out of. I love my egg rolls. There's a couple things I need to buy there, but I couldn't get it this 2 weeks. But the other 2 weeks I went there, and since that 2 weeks I didn't have to get a lot there, just a few things. I was looking at the clothes, and I ended up just buying. Did I get 1 or 2 things? No, I ended up getting this Winnie the Pooh pajama set. And look how big it is, but it says it's a large, but it feels like an extra large, but I got a large. But even before I lost weight, I probably would have fit a large in this, but I didn't know that until I opened it. And then I got it's a pillow. It's a long pillow. It's like a body pillow. You can like kind of hug it. It's good for when you're pregnant, but it's also good for just regular. And it's cool. Like it stays cool. It's cool to touch. And it fits across the whole bed. And we got a queen size bed, but it fits across the whole bed perfectly. And you can lay your head on it, or you can just put it beside you as a body pillow. But it feels so cool, and I love it. But anyway, hopefully nobody else said anything, babe. No new comments from the same people either. I'm just making sure before I end this live that nobody else said anything, or the only 2 of you on here didn't say something again. No? Because I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to end this live the way I end all lives. Okay, like I said, at 2 o'clock I'm going to start the mashed potatoes, and I'll come on when they're just about done. Okay? So I appreciate y'all coming on. Shannon, I appreciate you for coming on. Elizabeth Nye, I appreciate you for coming on as well. I thank you. I wasn't too sure I'd get anybody at this time in the morning. But I thank you. So, when I come on later, I still may be in these pajamas, or I may have gotten dressed. So you may see something different. I don't know yet. But, some days are lazy. Most days, like 99% of the days I've been getting dressed. But in the past, I used to stay in my pajamas all day. You can ask my husband. I stay in my pajamas all day. Like if I was wearing long pajamas, you know, the kind that doesn't have any pants. I had some pants pajamas on the side that I put on under that to go outside and walk my dog in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. Yeah, and unless I had to go run an errand, I'd stay in my pajamas all day. And I did that for the longest time. But in the past year or two or so, more so, I've been starting to get dressed during the day, even if I don't go anywhere. I have a couple of shorts that are just lay around the house shorts. They're shorts. I could wear them out, but they're for just around the house. And I'll change them into some different shorts if I'm going out. And I'll just put on a t-shirt. When I'm going out or in front of you guys, I put on a different more. There's certain shirts that I wear when I go out, and there's certain shirts that I wear just around the house. You know, the older t-shirts and stuff. So, but anyways, I thank y'all for coming on, and I will check later to see if there's any comments I may have missed, and I'll respond to. But yeah, but I saw most of the comments, and just if you're watching this, Shannon, the replay, just comment below. Where were you coming home from? Was it the doctor's or something? Because I know it's an hour later for you guys, so you probably already got yourself started. But anyways, somebody trying to call me. I don't know the number. But anyway, so I appreciate you guys. I appreciate anybody who will come on and watch the replay. I will, correct the title. I'm going to put part 1 next to the title. I forgot to. I always forget when I do the Crockpot. But 2 o'clock, I'll start the potatoes, and then I'll come on here. So if the potatoes are done cooking at like 2:45, then I'll probably come on at that time. Okay? So, yeah. So just stay positive, guys. Do your thing. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do what you want to do. And just keep it up. And I love each and every one of you. Love you guys. Bye, Facebook. Bye, YouTube. Bye.